Hello learners, today we are going to start a live programming for C++ object and class relationship. From scratch we are going to learn a concept of object and class relationship. Now we are going to open a Visual Studio. This is a Visual Studio version 2022. So we are first click on create a new project. After this we will select the programming language. Here is a programming language section. So we are going to select here C++. Now in C++ we are going to implement console application. So here we can see here is a Windows application, console application, empty project, Raspberry Pi project. So we have so many, and we are going to take here console application and click on it. After that we click on the next. Then it is taking a project name, so we are going to give a project name Practice-1 class object relationship. This is the name of the project we have taken here, and after that we just click on the create button. Now we can see here it opened the whole window. This is not necessary for us, that's why we just delete it. Now you can see the Practice-1 class object relationship .cpp. CPP is a file extension for C++ file, and we can make a big here by clicking a control button and just turning the mouse, roll over the mouse. Then we just use here the namespace, the standard namespace. It is a root namespace of a C++ compiler. So we just take a name of the namespace. How can we include it? See the syntax. Using namespace, the name of the namespace is std, standard. So we included the namespace with our file. First we have seen already about the class object relationship in the lecture 1 in C++. You can watch the video first. It will be more clear to understand the real programming of C++ class and object relationship. So now first we create a class. To create a class we use a keyword. The keyword name is class. So we have taken a keyword class here. Now we should take the name of the class. So as per the choice of the programmer, we can take any name. So like we can take a name employee of a company. Now we just take a class block. This is a block of class. In this block we should create a data members of the class? We know very well, during our lecture 1 we studied already, class is a collection of data members and member functions. So that's why we take here first data members. What do you mean by data members? Data members means variables, containers, where we can store data. This is called data members. So now we should think about which type of data we are going to store in our data members. Accordingly, we should put the type of data. First, like name of employee, identification of the employee. So like ID. So ID is a basic thing by which the employee has been recognized in the company. So ID is the first basic requirement. What we do in this case, like we will take ID of integer type. So int is a data type. By the help of data type, we always understand two things. The first, how much memory consumed by the data, number one. Number two, what is the type of the value, what is the type of the data. These two things we should consider by the help of data type, which we are using to declare the member of the class. So now int emp id. So this is the first data member. Second data member, like name. So we take string emp name. Third, like address. emp address. Fourth, like contact number. Now you can say, why we are not taking contact number integer type? Because if we are taking contact number integer type, the format will be changed. The format is in the form of significant figures. If you know the significant figures is better. If you don't know, you can check the significant figures. So it will convert in the decimal number, floating point number. Your contact number should be in the same format. So that's why we store this type of data in the form of a string. So we are taking emp contact. It is better to take string type data for contact number. Now you can take a floating point, double, is your choice. So we are taking like double for salary, emp salary. This is double type data. So in this particular data members, you can check, we have taken integer type data, we have taken string type data, we have taken double type data. emp id integer type, emp name, emp address, emp contact, string type, emp salary, double type. So we have taken three types of data here. Now class is a collection of data members and member functions. So now we are going to use a function. How can we use a function? First is how to insert the values to the data. How should we insert the values to the data? We use one function for putting the values to the data. So here, like first, if you don't know about the functions, how to write a source code, you can check the function videos. I will just give the link to the description box for this first video and the function video as well, so you can understand easily how to use the function properly. To write a source code to the function, first we should know the type of the function, return type. Type means return type of the function. So which return type you are going to take for the function, first we need to be careful about. So we are taking here like void type. If we are talking about the return type void, means our function will not return any value to the main function. So now we should take care here the return type first. So we are taking here return type void, then the function name. So we are taking here the function name like insert. This is the function name. Now we will take the type of arguments which values we want to insert. So type of arguments, the first value which type? Integer type. Second value which type? String type. Third value again which type? String. Fourth value which type? Again string. Fifth value which type? Double. So first we have written the particular type of data. Now we are going to write the name of the data member which we are going to initialize to the class data members. First is like ID. Second is name. Third is address. Fourth is contact. Fifth is salary. These are the particular type of data we are using to insert to the data members. Now we use to make a body of the function. So what is the first data member of the class? EMP ID. This is the data member of the class. From where we receive the value? We receive the value from ID. It is first. Second, so this particular thing is called initialization of the data members. It is called initialization of the data members. Now number 2. What is the number 2? EMP name. What is the initializing value? Name. Sorry. This is the second value. Number 3. EMP address. What is the third value? Address. The fourth value, EMP, you can check in the list also, you will find all the data members' name. Now, what is the name of the initializing value? Don't be confused with it, because here we will definitely get the value from another part of the program. This value will come to the values to these members, and these members give the values to the data members of the class. We are not taking here the public section. If we are not taking here public, by default it is private. By default this section is private. Okay, so I will let you know all the things one by one. Now come to the next data member, EMP salary. So this is the EMP salary. Now we will take the name of the initializing value. So these all values we have inserted to the data members of the class. So my dear learners, you can check here, we didn't write here anything. So by default means automatically these particular data members by default, these data members are private. So these data members are private. What is the meaning of it? Means these data members are not accessible from outside the class. These data members are not accessible from outside the class. These data members are just accessible inside the class. So now if you take the main body inside the class, you can access the data members. But if you are taking the main body outside the class, you are not allowed to access it. So now these are the particular details we have taken here for data member initialization. Now we take another one to display the values to the output screen. So what is the name of the function? Void, we will take like display. It is same return type of the method. This is the return type of the function. Okay, so now we will display the value. So how can we display it? For displaying the value outside the class to the output screen, what we need it? Cout. Cout. Now with the help of cout, we will take first, what is the first value? The first value come from the data member employee ID. So we will take here emp ID. This is the first value. What is the second value? emp name. This is the second value. What is the third value? The third value is emp address. Now what is the fourth value? emp contact. What is the sixth value? Oh, fifth value, sorry. emp salary. These are the 5 values we are taking from the data members of the class. Now we are going to separate it. You can take something different. First is, when you are using this, we will take like this to make a separation. Tab space. Tab space is making the visibility fine to each value from the data members. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1 is here. /t. So after that, here we can use handle for next line. Handle is used for next line. Okay. So we have taken here like this. So this is the way how to display the values on the output screen. We can check here one more thing, like we will take cout just for modification. Cout, we will take here /t, then we will use here like emp id, emp id, then we will take here we use colon, space, and one more space. After that we will take here emp name, and we use here done. So here we can see the cout statement is used to display the output on the screen, and here we are taking employee ID and then colon employee name, and it's done. It's only for seeing the results in this format, nothing else. And then we use endl for next line or line feed. So we can understand here this particular function used to insert the values to the data members. These values we will see from where we can get the values. This function used to display the output on the screen. So this function used for initialization. So these particular data members we initialized with the help of insert method or insert function. So this is what initialization of data members of to the class employee. We just initialize the data members of the class employee. These are the data members, employee ID, employee name. These are what? These are the data members. Okay. By default, these data members are private. These functions are also private. Okay. So this is the initialization, and this is for display the values to the console screen. To display output on the console screen. Now we will see what we need to do inside the main body. Here the main body is outside the class. In C++, the main body is outside the class. This is the main function. Main function is the entry point of the program. Main function is what? Main function is the entry point of the program. So what is the meaning of this? Meaning of this is, without main our program will not start. So our compiler first search for the main function inside the project. When the main will be finding, after that it will continue with the another part of the program. So how can we get the continuation from the main body to other part of the program? So in this part you can see this is the class employee. This process is called, what we will do with the help of class employee, we are making here encapsulation. This process is called encapsulation. This process is called encapsulation. And what we are doing with encapsulation? with the help of class, we are doing binding of class data members to member functions. We are binding our class data members to class member functions. Okay, these all are private. So what we will do in this case, here to interact to our class members, we create object of the class. So now we are going to create a object of the class. To create object, one object or more than one object is your choice, object of the class. So how can we create object? Just the class name. What is the class name? Employee. Employee is the class name. We can check here. What is the class name? Employee. Okay, employee is the class name. Then object name, EOBJ. We have taken object of the class employee. So this is the object of the class. You can create one object, you can create more than one object, it's your choice. Okay, how much data you want to enter, accordingly you create the number of objects. First we will understand with one object, then we will create one more object, and we can understand we can create like this hundreds or thousands of objects, is according to the choice of the programmer how much data we should enter to the data members of the class. So now we can first understand how can we put the data to these data members, because these data members will get the data, then this data will go to the data members of the class. So how can we do this? So first you can understand here how many members. You have 5 members. So these are the 5 members. You will take these 5 members first. Now put these members inside the class. Okay, after that you see here, this is the integer type, these are the string type, these 3 are string type, this is double type. You have taken this. After that you need to get enter through the keyboard, or you want to pass the values by yourself, is your choice. If you want to pass the values by yourself, you can directly pass, but if you want to get the choice from the user, you can take here cin or cout statement. So how can we do this? Just we will take like this, cin to enter the data. Which data you want to enter? What is the name of the variable? ID. Now first data entered. Second, cin. What is the second data? Name. Second data entered. Now cin. Which data? Address. So third data entered. Cin. What is the fourth data? Contact. 4th data entered. Now C in salary, 5th data entered. Now you entered the data, but what is the problem? How the user will understand which data you want to enter, which data you are looking for? In this case, you just use here cout statement, cout, then show to the user what the user needs to be entered. You should take care /t and then write here enter employee ID, then C in. Now the second is employee name, employee name. Third is employee address. Fourth is employee contact. Fifth is employee salary. These are the details we are looking for from the employee. So here, because I need a next line, so that's why I'll put here /n. So it will give the next line to the screen. So you will get the real feedback. Okay, so these are the values you entered from the user. Now pass with the function. What is the function name? You can take these here also. Okay, these are the members. Okay, so this is the employee object. Here what we are having a problem. What is the problem here? The problem is you are already knew that we cannot access these data members or member functions outside the class. So this is the member function and this is the member function. You see here, if I want to use these member functions, I want to make it public. First we will see without public. What is the object name of the class? EOBJ. EOBJ, you can see here, this is EOBJ dot. Whenever you press the dot, you are not seeing the, because this is the class object, this is a class object, you are not seeing the member functions of the class because you are not seeing the data members of the class. Okay, we don't need data members because data members we are making secure, we are hiding from the direct access. So data members is private. If the data members are private, it is much better because we want to make a security here. This process we can implement by using a keyword public. After using a keyword public, these members are public. These member functions are public. Now if you press here dot, you will see the insert and display methods. So if I need this insert first, so I will take insert and then I will put here all the members name, ID, after that which name, after that which address, after that which contact, after that which salary. Now you put it all the details of each data member what you have entered from the keyboard. E again obj, E obj dot display. Just use this. Here you are seeing here the return type of the main method is integer, so you should return the value integer type. So you can check here, enter employee ID. First I take like employee ID 101, enter employee name like Ravi Kumar. So you can see here it is directly came to the next member, but it is not showing the cursor here and came to the contact. Why? Because we have looking here the space. Due to the space, it just directly get this value to the address. You can see here, first is ID, second is the name, and it consider the address after the space is Kumar. So third it takes the address. Kumar is taking as a variable address value, and this is the contact number and this is the salary. So it is the particular statement what we have done inside the display 101 colon name done. So this is only the way. Now this particular function is only to stop the screen, only to pause the screen. Till enter any key from the keyboard. Okay, so now you can see here again we are going to execute this program. We executed, and now you see this time we are just entering single value. 120 is the ID, second name, third address is like contact number is like salary is like then you can check this is the ID, the name, the address, contact number and the salary. It's done. Now we can format it as per our choice, so it's depends on you how much things you can do it. It's totally depends on you, so it's your choice. You can make a format here, you can write here another one more handle. After that you can do it here like you have taken this, and here also you can do something, whatever the formatting you want you can take directly. So it is not like that. Even you can do one more thing. This is only the formatting. I'm not doing anything else, just the formatting. Like the first is employee ID, you can take here like EMP ID and you just do like this. This is okay, and like the same this is EMP name, third is address, fourth is contact, and this one is salary. This is, so we can see like this the formatting. This is actually the formatting. How can you show your data? Name, address, contact, salary, so you can check here. Employee ID is this, employee name is this, address it is you can see the formatting is not accurate. So what is the difference here? The space. So what can we do in this case? We can just employee address space is less, so we will make here one more /t. So you can check again. This is the way how can we adjust it. So here we can check again. The problem is here. Oh, sorry, we can did one mistake. I'll just do it again. Sorry for that. Actually, our thing is not here. Our thing is here because this space is more. So you can see here the contact number is also the difference, so we can again do for the contact number. So just do it here one more, /t. Contact number is done. Then salary maybe it will have again, so we'll do it. This is only depends on you, how can you adjust your things. So now it is much perfect. So, and this is showing the ID and name and done. Okay, so this is the way how can we perform it. If you do it like this, it will be more perfect. Now it's done. So you can see the private members are not accessible outside the class. It is security. We are securing our data. Our data is not accessible from outside the class. It is a perfect use of encapsulation, secure hiding of our data. The public member functions are accessible from outside the class. So these data members are used by performing the initialization from this parameter list, but we are not directly accessible. We are accessing by using the member function. So we are hiding our data details and we are displaying our data. It is your choice how can you show your output. So we have done some formatting styles only. Here we have taken only one object, so that's why it gets only for one object. If I am taking here two objects, one object is this and second object is this 2, then in this case I need to take here 1, okay, and here 1, and again what should I do? Control C, and I'll put here for 2. So it is better to take here from here and put it here. So first time insert for object 1, second time insert for object 2. Now we did it. This is the insertion of value. Insertion of data for object 1. And this is insertion of data for object 2, and this is display data for object 1. Display data for object 2. So these are the details. These are the details. To insert the data through the keyboard. So this is the whole program, and now you can execute it and you can see the final result. This is the ID, this is the name, this is the address, this is the contact number, this is salary, you can see this is the first data member, and it is showing again all. So we can check here what is the problem. The problem is, what is the problem here? It gets the value from here, the same value it passed to the object 2. So how can we differ it? Because these values, one time only it is acceptable, and it is using for the two different objects. How can we receive the value for different objects? So we can do one thing in this case. In this case, what we will do? We will put all these members. We will put all these members from here to the insert method. Put all these members to the insert method. Now you can see we are receiving the values from the insert method, and these values we are not passing from here. And if we can do one more thing, if we are not doing like this. If we are doing like this, this is the for object 1, and for object 2 again we need to check the all values. It's like that. So you can do by this also, but as per the opinion, as per my opinion, you can do this only for 2 objects, for 3 objects. But if you have 100 of objects, this strategy is not fine. If you have more number of objects, this strategy is not fine. In this case, what you need to do, you just make it over from here, and you just do the same thing again. Get the values from here and put it inside the insert. Put it inside the insert. In this case, you need to change something. You just take from here all these things and these things to be settled down here. Now you don't need this particular parameter list. Remove it. just put here insert, just put here insert. Now this is the perfect way. Now whenever you are writing any number of object value to be inserting, you directly put from this way. So now you can see only the object of the class and the member functions from the class. Now save it, execute it. Now you will not face the particular problem. The first is 101. Now employee name, employee address, contact number, salary, then it is for second member, because again the employee ID, put 102, then employee name, then employee address, employee contact, employee salary. Now you can check here for two members. This is the data for member 1, this is the data for member 2, and after that you can see this is the first member details, and it's done for Ashish and it's done for second member Vikas. So this is the way, and here you can see here it is directly come after this, so you can take here another line, and today it's enough, and we are discussing again some more things after these particular. We can take it here. Now it will come to the next line. Here, because here is a problem. Okay, here is a problem, that's why. Okay, so for insertion it is taking like that. So now it will not be doing. So this is the perfect strategy how to make a program in real time to make a class object relationship. Thank you. If you find any problem to understanding this type of programming, I will discuss again. I will be happy to solve the problems, and some more results I will explain in the next videos. Continue to subscribe my channel, watch the videos. Thank you. This is the full program you can watch here, and I want to say in the last one thing, how many things in your program: one employee class and one main body. This is the IO stream, header file, input output stream, and this is the namespace, standard namespace, from where your compiler has been written. Everything is inside the standard namespace. When you open this class, you will see what you have, the details of the class. You have here the data members of the class. These data members are private. If you are not writing anything before, the data members are private. Whenever you have public, so this section is public and this section is private. It's separated two sections in your same class. First is private, second is public. Inside public we have two member functions, insert and display. Inside insert function you have some details, and inside display function you have another details. After that, these functions are user defined. These functions are user defined. These are user defined functions. User defined function, and this is also user defined functions. And this one, entry point of the program, as we know. So this is this function user defined. Okay, entry point of the program and user defined function which is called by the system. This program main function is called by the system first. So this is called entry point of the program. This is the final detail of this program, and whenever you execute you can see the whole results now very clearly. Employee ID is 101 like that, and name is like, then the address, then the contact, then the salary, then again IDs for this is for next data. I will explain you in the next videos with different details, with some more details actually. So you can see the all details. It's like that. This is the first data, and this is the display result for second data. So you can see the whole result is like that. So you can practice for the program. Thank you so much for your listening, and we will meet soon with the next videos. Thank you so much.